Today's show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Your online activity shouldn't be public. Protect yourself at expressvpn.com/inside.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Monday. Clapping, everybody's clapping this morning. We're clapping because we've got something awesome for you here today. Senpai Lawrence is smiling down from the streaming heavens. Oh, hi Lawrence. Oh no, he's drinking another Four Loko seltzer.
Stop it, buddy! All right, here's some great news to kick off your Monday. The demo for the much anticipated Final Fantasy VII Remake is out right now. What are you doing watching this video? Go play it.
Just kidding, no, please stop leaving. We need your views. Bear with us for the next 10 minutes or so and then go play it. But it's definitely something you're gonna wanna check out because it's pretty good.
Bear with us for exactly 10 minutes and 1 second. Whip out the old coronavirus excuse you've been storing in your back pocket, call in sick tomorrow, and clear out 7.5 gigs on your PS4 because Square Enix announced this morning that the demo is available to the public. Clicked on that link and the very first thing was someone complaining about when they released it instead of literally any other reaction. So, you know, go jump off a cliff, Twitter.
The game, well, the first installment of the game, is due out April 10th on the PS4, so this demo is sure to get everyone all good and excited for what's to come, hot and bothered.
Of course, you might remember that the remake was supposed to launch tomorrow, but it was delayed until April. Not a huge delay, but enough to give gamers a solid case of ants in their pants.
The best 90s game.
Oh, the board game.
No, I'd say you flip
What do you even
little...
call that?
An ARG.
Yeah, it's an ARG.
For the record, if you've ever actually had ants in your pants, you'll know it's no joking matter. Of course, this is not a game. Well, it's a different
ants
game.
In a pan, ants in pants.
Ants in the Pants is a game, yeah.
An ant bit me in like my butt crack one time, and yeah.
Yeah, anyways, Final Fantasy Remake producer Yoshinori Kitase wrote, "We're making this tough decision in order to give ourselves a few extra weeks to apply final polish to the game and to deliver you with the best possible experience. I, on behalf of the whole team, want to apologize to everyone, as I know this means waiting for the game just a little bit longer. It's okay! We want you guys to take your time. Like, we'd much rather that than shitting out some half-finished games. So, you know, I was gonna point out one specific game, but there may be more than one just to call out.
So it was smart of them to put out the demo now to give us something to chew on for the next month. But what do people...
cud for the,
You prefer long cut? Yeah.
cud for the llamas.
One bag of Renman per host.
Oh, I'm into it.
But what do people think about the demo? Well, several outlets have gotten their hands on it, so we've got some impressions to share. And hey, they're really good. All right, a collective sigh of relief. 1, 2, 3. That was a mistake, okay. There were a lot of high expectations for this remake, so we're glad it's living up to the hype so far.
Yeah, one of the biggest changes that people noticed was the game's complete graphical overhaul, bringing it up to 2020 standards.
I mean, yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's been 2 systems in between it.
That's
the
like-
original game is like a top-down polygon.
Everything is like 2 triangles.
Yeah, I'd call it a complete graphical overhaul. It's a new game.
That's like saying one of the most notable things about the Lord of the Rings films is that they're not books.
Yeah. Did anyone else notice that they replaced words with pictures in this version?
Dunking complete. And it looks amazing, right, Zach?
Yeah, Final Fantasy's always been a graphical showpiece for Square Enix, even used as a tech demo for the PS3 way back in the yonder days of 2005. And they clearly pulled out all the stops this time. The cutscenes look breathtaking, and unlike the original, the transition from cutscene to gameplay is a lot more seamless. So there's also a full voice cast this time around. Ooh. So cool.
Yeah, with such lines as,
No!
Another line is probably Cloud. You probably say that a lot.
yeah.
Probably a lot of breaths.
The first installment takes place entirely in the city of Midgar. And while that section was just a few hours in the original game, it's going to be a lot more fleshed out in the remake.
So yeah, Square Enix has said that the first installment will be the size of an entire numbered Final Fantasy game, so they've clearly added a lot.
Final Fantasy 15 took about 28 to 30 hours to beat.
If you suck.
So this first installment is going to be pretty beefed up.
Oh, it's been hitting the gym. Absolutely swollen right now.
Swollen.
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 You heard me.
A little yoked.
I said what I meant to say. Kotaku's jacked Jason Schreier said that the demo includes a lot more stuff like more cutscenes, an expanded materia system, and a huge weapon skill tree. There's also lots of story sections that weren't in the original game at all. Finally, more of an excuse to watch Cloud's cute little anime ass strut around town. How can he be so svelte and carry around that buster sword like it's nothing?
Carries all the stress in his glutes.
Lift with your ass cheeks.
Schreier spent about 3 hours with the demo and said that everything I've seen so far from the Final Fantasy VII Remake is excellent. I'm just worried that for anyone who's played the original, it'll feel less like a proper meal and more like a $60 appetizer.
What does that mean?
When the first one comes out, it's just gonna be that first chapter.
Oh, and then you get the rest of it as it comes out.
That'll
Okay.
be different costs, cool. Right? You pay for the next installment.
Yeah.
Probably. Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? Each
Well,
installment
they're
is
each gonna be a
$60?
full game.
So how much will you end up paying all told? Installments.
$700?
Yeah.
Jesus
Final Fantasy
Christ.
700.
Zach, tell us about this new battle system that we're talking about here.
Yeah, it's getting a lot of praise since, the original used turn-based combat, which was very common for JRPGs at the time, but a remake, Square Enix changed the combat to something more like, much more active this time around.
Or fun.
I like turn-based combat because I am not skilled whatsoever.
I like turn-based combat so that I can play it on my Android phone, where the tactile input does not matter.
Perfect.
The Verge described it as a fascinating hybrid battle system close to what you'd find in Final Fantasy 15 or Kingdom Hearts. Nice! That means you can summon a pirate ship Disney ride out of thin air and spin around on it whilst crushing the bones of my enemies.
You can button mash your way to victory if that's your thing, but you can also switch characters on the fly and even slow combat down to a crawl if you want to get all tactical with your abilities.
Cloud, move 6 paces north.
Adrian said that the hybrid of active time battle where you wait to take turns and action combat works fluidly. You can unleash attacks with Cloud's Buster Sword, just as you would in a game like Devil May Cry. But abilities like skill attacks and magic can only be unleashed when an ATB charge is ready.
Ah, yes.
Compared to the original, they said it's definitely a faster, more frantic experience. Polygon also did like it, right, Zach?
Yeah, Polygon said that the real-time hack and slash stuff felt good, especially as I build up momentum by whacking the robot boss with Cloud's Buster Sword, dodge rolling out of harm's way, and swapping to Barret for long-ranged attacks. As somebody who suffers from the regular
Long-range
case of
attacks?
millennial severe ADHD, make my games faster, more exciting, more explosions, and
It's
I'm
fun.
happy.
It's like Bayonetta.
Michael
You can get
Bayonetta.
in there and just do whatever.
That's something we should get into that. Another
Is it
time.
sexy
those
like
skills, come
Bayonetta,
back to
though?
that one.
Does she have guns on her feet for some reason? As for the relationship between the main characters, that's also fleshed out a lot more in the remake. Polygon wrote that it's explored through terse dialogue exchanges and exaggerated voice acting. Cloud and Aerith's introduction, the two of them both haunted by demons, hints at her doomed fate, and the early appearance of Sephiroth, lavishly introduced in the remake's second chapter, lays the foundation of Cloud's past.
Wait, something happens to Aerith? It goes off the prompter. I don't know where to stop. Old game buttholes everywhere just clenched up.
The Hollywood Reporter's gaming editor, Patrick Shanley, compared the remake to coming back to your childhood home to find a new family living in it.
Ooh.
That is what happens when you move out of a house,
God, that's
typically.
spooky.
Knock, knock, open up the door.
They wrote, the stairs are in the same place, the rooms are all the same dimensions, there's still that chipped bit of crown molding from that time you were practicing for Little League inside. But it's also a different space. Okay, yeah, there's also total strangers staring at you because you've just busted into their new house on a Saturday morning and interrupted pancake time.
Omar needs to pop in there.
Let me throw out my tea bag.
I'm gonna go throw up real fast.
Alright, but if Nudity is sleeping with my mom, I won't buy this game.
You may have earned my mom's affection, but not my respect, you piece of shit, Frank.
Nerd.
Just kidding, we'll all buy it because fans have been waiting a long time for this remake.
How long was it?
So long! Yeah, the original game came out back in 1997, and at the time it was hailed as a turning point for the franchise, as it made its way into the brave new world of 3D graphics.
Yeah, I just remember that giant-ass jewel case. 1997 was a long, long time ago, and we've been clamoring for a Final Fantasy VII remake for a while now, and after some teases, the remake was officially announced almost 5 years ago at E3. It's beautiful, amazing, a revelation. People screamed and cried. Not me, because I'm not a nerd. I went home and punched a wall like a real guy.
And now you can just see into the bathroom when you have guests over.
That's
You're
right,
like-
I'm staring and...
And then in true Square Enix fashion, they went radio silent for a few years. Square Enix basically invented ghosting. But wait! In 2017, Katase gave a progress update and it wasn't pretty. Despite being a few years into development, he said they were still working on the scene from the announcement trailer.
How?
Guess it's hard to animate like 50 doves. And then it got worse! Zach?
How worse
How worse did it?
Well, worse. Later that same year, we got an indication that the remake's development was in trouble. Square Enix said they were taking the project away from the third-party studio CyberConnect 2, which is best known for the Dot Hack series. So instead, Square Enix said they were moving development of Final Fantasy VII Remake in-house, saying that the decision was made wanting to control quality as well as keeping the schedule stable. So obviously there was something going down there that was not so good. It's a rocky start, but it's admirable that they've moved forward with it regardless of what needed to happen to make it work.
Yeah, and hey, at least we're getting part 1. Square Enix hasn't given a timeline for the rest of the game, but they've said that they wanted to treat each installment as a full, complete game. Damn. Color me terrified. Please don't release the second one like 15 years from now. We will be dead. Dead or imprisoned. At that point, we may as well be dead, because the kind of prison we're going to is like, it's like the Batman prison.
Well,
it's just a hole in the ground.
I'm going to the Magneto prison.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I know.
Oh, no, I changed my mind. I'm going to Boot Prison from Face Off.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just going to Rikers.
Oh no. But hey, serializing things is huge right now. Just look at all the Marvel movies. Of course, those only took 11 years to get to Endgame, but that's nothing by Square Enix standards.
Oh yeah, we've got a long wait ahead of us, but judging by the reactions to the demo, it looks like this remake is what fans have been wanting for a long time. And while the wait isn't over, it sounds like it'll be worth it. Also, Brian loves these games, so hit him
up.
Talk to him.
Not to mention the stops along the way like 2.5 and Kingdom Hearts Electric Boogaloo.
I'm here for you. You'll get that.
It's hard to believe, but yes, Square Enix announced that its Avengers game and the Final Fantasy VII Remake will need a little more time in the old polishing garage, which happens to be what I called my room when I was a horned up teen. And